In order to access wage data by state from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, you need to go to www.bls.gov. Once you are there, you can go to Subjects. Under Pay and Benefits, you will see wages by area and occupation. Then wage data by state. And if we click on this link, we can select our state. In this case, I'll select Mississippi. And we see that we have a downloadable file. So I'm going to download that file and then open up the spreadsheet. And here we see the spreadsheet that has Bureau of Labor Statistics wage data. And even though we wanted only a single state, we end up getting all 50 states and U.S. territories. So in this entire spreadsheet, there are over 36,000 rows or entries. And so now if I want to choose a particular state, what I can do is use Excel's sort and filter feature. So in this case, I'm going to select the entire row of column headers in row 1. I'm going to do that by holding down Control, Shift, and the right arrow. And then I'm going to use Excel shortcuts, and I'm going to hit Alt, H, S for sort and filter, and then I'm going to use filter. So I'll hit the shortcut key F. And what you'll see is that every one of these column headers now have an arrow for a drop-down menu with it. And so now that we have each one of these drop-down menus, one shortcut that you could use is to hold down Alt and hit the down arrow. And you'll see that it gave the filter for the area type. In this case, we only have 2 different area types. On some of the other columns, we would have a lot more filters. So we could use that as well. In this case, I'm going to look at the area title or state. Here we see the list of all of the states, and every one of those states have been selected. If I wanted to deselect the state, I could simply remove the check mark. If I wanted to get rid of Alabama and Alaska and then hit OK, it would remove them from the data. You'll also notice that there's an update to the row numbers, or it indicates that maybe some of the data has been skipped. If I decide I don't want to do that, I can simply click on this drop-down menu again, and I can choose Clear Filter from Area Title. If I only want to use one state, I'll again select on this drop-down menu, deselect the Select All, and then go to the state that I want to. In this case, I want to choose Mississippi. I'll choose Mississippi and select OK. And what we see here is that Mississippi has approximately 675 entries. You notice down here on the bottom, we see 675 of 36,000 records. This BLS data is for all different types of jobs. In this case, we can see in column H our occupational code, and we also have our occupational title. And so we can get an idea of what these jobs are. In this case, we have a prefix of 13, and these are the types of jobs that maybe a finance major would select. We're going to choose this selection, 13,000-20, and the numbers after that. In order to eliminate the other options, I can go up to the top of the column by holding down Control and the up arrow. I can choose the filter. I can go to Text Filter, Begins With, and then I can type in what I want it to begin with. And in this case, we said we wanted all of the 13-20, and we can select OK. And what that will do is give us all the job codes that have a prefix of 13 and then continue with 20. And so now I have all of the data for job codes that begin with 13-20. What I will want to do then is to copy this data into a different spreadsheet. So in this case, I'll hit Control left. And now that I'm in cell A1, I can hold down Control, Shift, and the down arrow, and then hold down Control, Shift, and the right arrow, and that's going to select all of the data. And then I'll hold down Control and C to copy the data. I'm going to copy it to a new spreadsheet or new worksheet, and I'm going to add a new sheet. And in cell A1, I'm going to hold down Control and hit V to paste. And we see that we have the data for Mississippi with occupational codes 13-20 and the numbers after that. With this data, you'll see that there are different titles. As we scroll over to these different values, we see these different prefixes. For example, H mean would be an hourly mean wage. A mean would be an annual mean wage. H median would be the hourly median and the different deciles or percentiles. A median would be the median annual salary for that particular job. So what this tells us is that a job in the state of Mississippi as an accountant or auditor has a median annual salary of $59,490.